saturate a given work of art. But because I also know my viewers very intimately, because you're so kind to me, I thought that however superficial this may sound to you, I'm going to ask my guest, who also has an expansive expertise in the history of Halloween, to say a word or two about this major American holiday. May I indulge your kindness to do that for us?
Well, first of all, as a recovering Catholic and a born-again Christian, the other way around, I call myself a recovering Catholic and a born-again Druid. But the festival that is called Halloween has its origins in the Celtic world. And in the Celtic world, we had 5 seasons. They were spring, summer, autumn, harvest, and winter. Harvest was the month of October. And we garnered and harvested all of the fruits that the Earth Mother, or Misha Eire, would give us during the particular season of harvest. And when the month of October was over, that meant the harvest was over. And anything that wasn't pulled in was left there for the wee folk. Because the Earth Mother now returned to the earth and began her period of gestation on November 1st. So that is the Celtic New Year. It's called Samhain, S-A-M-H-A-I-N, pronounced sow, like the female pig, and win, what the Patriots will do. All right, Samhain. And, but Samhain is November 1st. And we were told that on New Year's Eve, the spirits of the recently deceased would come back to finish up undone business. So that was a time when the veil between the living and the dead was the thinnest. So on New Year's Eve, now New Year's Day is November 1st, means New Year's Eve is October 31st, spirits of the dead walking the earth, paying back or collecting debts, hence it comes down as trick or treat. The next day, when we honor the spirits who made it to the next world in the Catholic calendar, is called All Saints' Day. Mm-hmm. And in Old Ireland, on New Year's Eve, we'd hollow out a turnip or a cabbage, and you put a candle inside, and you leave that on your doorstep. And the reason for that, because you never know when you may have offended a spirit. So when the spirit comes to collect the debt, you're saying, I didn't know the gun was loaded. Mm-hmm. And here's a nice warm place for your disembodied spirit to reside until dawn's early light. And so hopefully the spirit will inhabit that turnip. But what happened, I think when the Irish started to come to New England, they realized that a pumpkin was a lot easier to carve than was a turnip.
I see, I see.
And so that's the idea, that's the origin of it all. Mm-hmm. So share the wealth. And we would say, Falsha Samhain. Mm-hmm. Something else that came to my mind, we're talking about painting and poetry. If it's of interest to anyone, on, I think it's December 19th at 2 p.m., I'm doing a gallery talk at the museum, which is called The Poet's Tale of Christmas. Mm-hmm. And so we will be selecting works of art that I think can enhance a particular poem. And it's everything from St. Luke's account of the Nativity to Charles Dickens and Clement Seymour and Paddy Cavanaugh.
Well, just by way of improvising, as we say at Berklee College of Music, is there any particular piece of poem that you would like to read to the audience? Is there a poem that you would like to read for us, extemporaneously?
Extemporaneously, Pegasus.
Please do. We have 1 minute left.
Cavanaugh. My soul was an old horse, offered for sale in 20 fairs. I offered him to the church, Oh, the buyers were little men who feared his unusual airs. Oh, let him remain out in the hunger of sin, and we'll get him with the winkers thrown in for nothing. Then the men of state looked at what I'd brought for sale. One minister said, oh, another horse body might fit the tale that I'd keep for sentiment, the relic of my own soul. I will graze him in lieu of his labor. I lent him for a week or more, and he came back a hurdle of bones, starved, overworked, in despair. I nursed him for the roadside grass to shape him for another fare.
I'm so grateful. This has been your host, Theodoros Kiros, for African Ascent. Good evening.
Too much.